Hello ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all are doing well. This is the second week of the 3-week series of things that I think are meta or going to be meta in Season 21. But again, I'll say that the reason I'm making these videos is because I'm currently out of town, dealing with interviews and vacation, so I want to still be able to post something, but sadly I won't be here, so I kind of have to post something in advance before Season 21 comes out, and I thought this was the best way to do it because there is really not a lot of content right now. Again, thank you guys for all the support on all the recent videos lately. I love you all, and I can't wait to see you guys when I get back in Season 21. Now, today I wanted to talk about things that I think for the Warlock are going to be meta for PvP and for PvE. But firstly, I wanted to start with PvE. And firstly, for PvE, I think is gonna be a big one, is going to be Chromatic Fire. This is going to be insane. It is getting a ridiculous rework and buff, and I think this is gonna be the main Warlock PvE exotic from now on since Starfire Protocol is getting nerfed. More specifically, Chromatic Fire, when you use a kinetic weapon, you get a headshot with it, it creates an explosion in your subclass, but now those explosions are going to be tied to the subclass verbs. So Arc will have Blind, Solar will have Scorch, Stasis will have Slow, Strand will have Sever, and Void will have Weaken. While they all sound amazing with things like Stasis and Strand, the thing that really sticks out to me a lot is the Void Weaken. Being able to just get a kinetic headshot and then weaken enemies around him is insanely broken. Mainly for the fact that Fellwinter's Helm does the same thing, but it requires a finisher. We don't know yet how big this weaken debuff is going to be, but nevertheless, this is going to be a huge change. And I think pairing this with weaken in PvE and possibly even PvP is going to be amazing. Now, one that I think people might overlook a little bit is Dawn Chorus. It's actually getting bonus damage to its Daybreak projectiles. We don't know how much damage this is yet, but if it's significant enough, the PvE damage of this is going to make it possibly viable again for DPS and maybe even for dealing with greater champs and higher health enemies. Well kind of takes the spotlight because of its damage buff, but maybe this will put out enough damage to where it's more viable than using Well itself. Now, in terms of PvP, I really can only think of two options. While there are a lot of other good options like Clawzone Kara, where you can generate an orb on a melee kill, the thing that really sticks out to me is Vesper of Radius. This is getting a massive rework and for the better, and I think it might become viable, especially in things like Trials and Threes, because the change it's getting, after you use your Rift, it emits an Arc Shockwave every 5 seconds that deals 70 damage in PvP. And any defeated by these shockwaves explode for an additional 100 damage. And if you have an Arc subclass equipped, it will also blind enemies. So this is basically like a better version of a flashbang grenade. But instead it does repeated damage over time. We all know that the Stasis Rift is really good with its freezing capabilities, and if this is anything like that, but with just an Arc subclass, I think this might take the light and be meta. Even then, you could pair this with Stasis. I'm probably going to try this, but you might be able to pair this with the Freeze Rift and freeze and kill immediately on cast, which would be ridiculous. Now, lastly, the last exotic I want to go over is Sanguine Alchemy. This exotic has never been used ever. I never see anyone using this. I talk to a lot of Warlocks and they never say that they don't even know what this is. Honestly, I say the name, they're like, what? But currently, Void weapon kills while in a rift extend its duration, which it's not bad, but there are better options, of course. But the new change coming to this is standing in your rift actually gives you more damage, and it will go stack up to 4.5% in PvP And I think in trials and threes, in those 1v1 or 1v2 scenarios, this is going to become really beneficial because I can already see it now. You're going to pop a rift behind a corner and peek out with a little bit of a damage buff to try and pick off people in order to win the gunfight. So I think this is probably going to be one of the better PvP options. I think Vesper or Radius will be the best option, but definitely don't go without trying this thing. I think it's going to be amazing. And that'll do it for the Warlock and all the changes coming. It's currently Season 21. I'm not there right now. This video was made before Season 21 was released. Please let me know if I'm correct or if I am insanely wrong. If anyone's tried these out or if they're going to try them out, let me know. Let me know how they were. Thank you guys all for the support. Like and subscribe if you want to. See you when I get back. Peace!